Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Shogun 2 Fall of the Samurai with the Scramble for the Far East mod. Last time around we fought the Americans around Musashi and pushed them out of the province. Now we're hoping to regain the momentum and attack Sagami and take it from the Americans. Currently the positions are as following. We've got two armies and then we've got reinforcements marching in. What I want to do is I want to take out some of the American forces before they're able to consolidate around Sagami. So we've got this force right here, which we've been able to harass a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and attack it. And it's clear in my favor, so what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna outer-assault this one. I think it will go well. It's so heavily in my favor and it's a high-star general. And then the battle of the video will be when we actually fight these troops. So I've lost about 200 men, we lost 185, which is not bad at all. Oh, we even get a statue, but the thing is, when you get a statue for an outer assault, it's not as glorious, is it? I could possibly, it looks like we could reach the Americans, but I wouldn't be able to reinforce, would I? Unless we attack this force first. So if I bring up you as close as you can, this cannon is kinda useless, but I can bring it in here because why not? And then we attack this force. I'm not entirely sure if we'll drag in this main force, but it would be nice if it did. Even if it doesn't, the thing is, I'm stuck here. The American counterattack. If they don't join, I'll still be able to smite this one pretty easily. And for the American counterattack, I'll still have enough troops, I think, to sufficiently hold my own. So let's go ahead and attack here. Okay, they retreated into the town. We'll go towards this high ground and set up both our troops there. We weren't able to take out that third force, and now when it's in town it will actually replenish, which is not great at all. We'll just hope that they don't attack next turn, and I'll be able to bring in more of my reinforcement and maybe harass the enemy a little bit more. With that, there's no turns to be made here, and I still want to hold off and gather reinforcements here before we move against the Prussians. Are they landing this fleet, or are they just gonna go ahead and sit there? They have to go through the port, and the navy might very well sink because of that. I hope it does. This one's sitting on the bridge, so I think that would hold out against the Prussians, and the town would definitely hold. Attacking castles, the AI just loses tens of thousands of men doing that. Right, let's go ahead and end turn, see what the enemy comes up with, and then renew our attacks. Assassinated! I didn't even know the enemy had assassinated. Ah! Who did I bring all the way over here? Such a shame that it doesn't tell you who's assassinated. It wasn't one of my assassins, was it? Because one assassin is up here, and the other one's over there, so it must have been one of the geishas that were marching down here. That means that there's a enemy assassin moving that way. I noticed also there was a Prussian force moving in here. It doesn't have a general, and I mean it's still summer, so we don't have winter gonna take care of them, but I definitely need probably some extra troops if I am to repel them at this fortress. Should probably bring the assassin back and bring this assassin out of the castle to try and detect the enemy agent as he comes across in the province. Or maybe it is spy network. It might actually work better, doesn't it? It would logically do so, wouldn't it? Marines being recruited in Musashi, that's good. Okay, so the Americans, this force does not move forward, meaning that I'm now able to bring in more troops. However, this force gets stronger. We should bring in the extra troops and we should try and attack these. Let's move the general forward. What I could actually do is I could use this one to lay siege. Now we're not going to charge, but by laying siege I'm denying this force to come in to rescue their faction leader. And now we're going to bring down some reinforcements out of this town to march down, plus these troops. They won't be able to join the battle, because these troops will definitely be able to join. Harass, single combat. I could actually get out some of the enemy generals, but what would be the point of that? Let's just set them up in this area instead. And I want to get the assassin over here. There's no point in assassinating any of them right now. So have the armies continue to join down here as we're about to receive troops from the north. Let's get 3 extra units over here. Geisha to scout down in this region. Well, the region's unhappy. And it is pro-Russian. We have to build something to increase happiness in the region at some point, or maybe more troops, I guess. Also, I did notice there was a lot of American forces or navies being spotted along the trade routes. Also, the Dutch lost 2 naval conflicts on the high seas. Need to make sure that I've got as many ironclads coming in as possible to fill my fleet. And then move all of the troops over here into port. I don't care about these. Oh, it should be like that. And then also, I brought the faction leader onto the boats just so he would get some extra... No! What are you doing? Oh, you're outside the port, and the others are in. I want a faction leader to disembark here. So he just gains some extra experience there. Let's go ahead and repair the fleet. I can't afford it. It's that expensive. And then we've got some extra moving in here. These were 2 iron-plated steam corvettes that were captured off the Prussians. And they performed pretty well in the battle, so I'm definitely going to try and repair those and use them. We're 4 turns away, then once that's done, we're definitely going to go for ramming. That's super important. It's going to win me naval battles. Now back over to this portion right here. It's a high time to attack the enemy faction leader. He's pushed away. I don't want the enemy to attack me here. We're gonna pull back of the walls then. And we're gonna consolidate in this area. So now we've filled up that force. And we'll do some more maneuvering before striking at these armies right here. We've got more troops coming in. Right now I can't see that there's any more Americans coming in. So we're definitely tipping the balance over to our side. But the battle is growing in size, which I don't really like, because could definitely tip in the Americans' favor, especially since they have a lot of these Montgomery Guards, and I only have now these base tier infantry units for my armies. A few Marines, which is gonna help out, but probably not as much as I would need them to help out. Once again, we'll end turn and see if we can't figure out a way to get in a favorable position and defeat the new faction leader of the American Empire. Army distracted, railway blocked, province bombarded, assassination attempts, assassin detected. Let's see, army distracted where? Down here, doesn't matter. Garrison. Assassination attempt. And another assassination detected, distraction attempt. Province bombarded, what? Oh, I thought it jumped here and this province was bombarded. It's the central province. That means that the navy has turned up and bombarded us. Great. Another Prussian fleet. I'm never gonna be finished with this port if they keep bombarding it. Kronprinz class. The Crown Prince class. I have a fleet to take care of them. More troops being recruited. Police station in Musashi. And a fort being built. The Americans actually pulled back here. Further than I thought. Whoa! Where did all these guys come from? So, a military advisor and 2 assassins. Let's deal with the assassins first. That's the more important thing. I don't think they can single combat my generals. Can they? 87% chance. Go ahead and slay the bastard. Enemy killed in single combat. Great. We're killing everything. And 59%. Not that great, but why not? Defeated in single combat. Not killed though. And unfortunately I cannot figure out where the enemy is going. I definitely need to take care of this fort before pushing forward. Since there's so... But I think if I can gather enough troops around it, it's an auto-resolve. And I can continue and we can focus on trying to find a field battle against these guys. Same time, the time of the episode is continuously running on, isn't it? Lots of Prussians coming in over here. Re-establish that spy network. Also notice how much... Yeah, now I can see so much further at the borders here. Which is great. We might go ahead and use this assassin to attack a few. We're building a fleet. Now I at least know how the terrain looks here. There's a bridge and stuff like that. I was hoping we'd drag into a battle already. Long ago. So that's definitely not an auto-resolve. Bring in all of these troops. I guess we might have to wait until these guys arrive. Then it might be an auto-resolve. No, it actually is. This one's riskier though than the one that I started the episode with. Do I have any other things I need to move? No, I don't. Let's go ahead and try this then. We just assassinated everyone around the area, so... Come on. Let me get on to the battle. Ooh, we're losing high numbers here. I don't know what I started off with. 1,500 men. That's not super bad, but it's not great. I'm gonna occupy... I did say that I was going to check where. Oh, here, I can actually get 6 cannons? I didn't... I had a trouble recruiting cannons in all other areas. We're going to tear that down though, I don't need that. Cavalry college I do need. We need to replenish cavalry in this region, so that I will keep. Olympic fencing, the only thing I need this for is the happiness, so that's the only reason why I would keep that. Crafts workshop. Probably don't need that. I need happiness in these conquered regions. That means the first army is quite broken in terms of... I will get a lot of extra troops, so we can combine a lot of soldiers and set this up. Looks like we're gonna have to intern quite a few more times though until we get to that battle that I want. Which is annoying. We gained a province though. You know what? Why don't I jump until we get that battle? Which hopefully will come really soon. After much ado, it looks like we're actually going to get a battle, and the enemy outplayed itself. They sent some forces away, and then decided to try and bypass my armies. So they split. So at this point, I'm very much outnumbering the enemy. Might actually have Gordon lead the attack, just because he'll gain a star, possibly. But at the same time, I'm not too keen on him. Okay, the general doesn't stand. We're just gonna have one army follow then, because it becomes more of a fair fight. And then we'll have maybe these Gordon and these armies go ahead and chase this guy down. And we'll have an outer assault where we absolutely smash the enemy. And we'll continue marching. Let's see, does this one need? I don't know. Where am I going to put these? Let's put them there. Right, with that, we're going to attack here. But first, I just want to go ahead and show a little bit what happened. So I've done a few turns to get to this point, just to be able to get into a state where the enemy would try and fight back, or we get a battle out of it. And it looks like we're going to get one here, or we are going to get one here. But it took quite a few turns. There have been a lot of spies, quite notably to very high level military advisors from Prussia came down. I assassinated both of them. One is wounded. But the Prussians have regained enough to push forward in a momentous way, so they're bringing up an army through here. It's actually got a proper general, this one, and it's linking up with this army right here, the one that was stationed roughly at the border here. We have another one here that's pushing forward, so the Prussians are pushing in from all sides, trying to recapture the capital. These forces also, which weren't really sure where they were going to go, have now decided they're going to go to Fukushima, it looks like, and they're going to attack there. I've set up an army for an ambush, so that's probably going to be the video next. For the next video, where I'm going to go ahead and ambush these guys. So we're going to do this battle, and then up by the port here, there's a bit more of Prussian Navy has turned up, and we're starting to get quite an army recruited here, so lots of elite units, and then also getting a lot of these Moscow Dragoons, and we're gonna get a lot of other cavalry units. I should also not forget to go ahead and start recruiting cavalry in Sagami. We get 3 units there. With that, now we're finally coming to blows with the American army here. So the new faction leader is going to get defeated. That's going to clear out all troops out of Sagami, and I can't see a reason why we shouldn't proceed even further into American territory before we go ahead and figure out some kind of truce with them, so I can focus on the Prussians, because the Prussians are more important. And yeah, with that, let's go ahead and fight. And here's our battlefield. It is cut straight through the middle by a railway line, as we can see right here. On the American side, we've got a very high hill on the right side, We've got a small hill where I can place my artillery on my side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to split each force into 3 units of infantry. We're going to call them brigades, and I'm going to bring 3 up to the railway line and advance as kind of a main line, and then 2 of them are going to move to the hill and try to take that and then sweep down onto the enemy. That's the plan anyways. Before we start, go ahead and toggle God mode, and we'll start off firing by rank. Let's go ahead and start.
Prepare to attack, sir.
First, we'll just go ahead and kind of establish a little bit of a line up by the railroad tracks. And as we're doing that, we should prepare the other 2 groups to take the hill. And they're gonna bring the Cossacks with them to be able to flank. I thought the Americans would actually move directly on the hill as soon as we started. They're not, which I'm a little bit surprised that they wouldn't go ahead and move. Most of the troops are concentrated around there. They've definitely moved closer to it. They've left this artillery piece almost unguarded. It's actually... And I do want to capture one of those mortars. I want to see if I can move my cavalry, come through the forest and do a cheeky attack and take that out before my cannons go ahead and decide to destroy it. We're actually going to focus artillery fire over here instead. Try to break their 12-pound Napoleon, which they've set up on the hill, as I want to try and capture the mortar. We're receiving some fire, but nothing dangerous. The hill attack group is getting into position. I'm not going to cross just yet. And the Cossacks are riding straight through the line here, just messing up the formations. It's going to take a while to get there. I didn't think this opportunity would open up to it for itself. This is why I need more cavalry, so I can have cavalry on either flank to exploit opportunities like these. But since we have not had the good fortune of being able to recruit a lot of cavalry, I don't have a lot of it left. That's a big advantage of the other factions have, that they have like quicker supply lines to reinforce. Am I missing? No, I'm not missing. What if we're what if I just place 2 in the front? It's enough to cover the main line of Americans. That's putting a heavy emphasis on the flank groups. I could push these through the forest, and they would be able to be in cover there, fire out. They're actually retreating ground, giving ground to us. I'm gonna go through the forest and we're gonna charge. The fire here, I'm surprised we haven't broken this down given the amount of fire that I pushed down upon these. Right, here comes my Cossacks. Covered by the forest, they should... Ah, they're already turning. You know what? Ride back into the forest. And then we'll sit somewhere in the back, hidden, hopefully. And wait for the Americans to forget that I have cavalry there. Oh, they're firing on them. And they are suffering casualties. I lost 10. I thought the forest would cover us more, but then again, cavalry is very vulnerable. Let's have this flank group move up quickly. It's a Montgomery Guard unit as well. He's moving back now. Let's advance the main line a bit. They're abandoning the cannons there as we are pushing forward. Let's get the cavalry going again. Let's have them come from this and then strike down. Marines and Montgomery Guards placed here. So the more important or the better units are placed back here. Now they've even given me the hill. Hopefully the Cossack, yeah, they're tired now because they're riding back and forth through the forest. Let's see if we can't smash those mortars at the same time. Actually get all of these guys into the woods. Okay, let's strike before I think the Marines are going to be able to open up fire upon us. I'll be able to rout the battery. Oh, they're not able to set up. They're sending a general though, which I don't know all about. Send back, and then make line with a flank force, and let's move away with the cavalry. Looks like they're moving on the main line now, the enemy. Let's have the flank force move then to prepare and to strike. I think we...
Good news, sir! The enemy general is dead!
That is good news. Let's bring these two forward, because I kind of want to stop these, or as many units as possible from reaching the main line. Form square and have them shoot down the general. The Cossacks will retreat, they've lost too many men. What I'll do is we'll split this group up actually, and I'll bring 2 units closer there. We've got a unit of engineers moving forward. Gonna meet us here, if I'm not careful. Hold there, and then this one will move to the flank. We'll outnumber the engineers and break them. Small unit will form square. The stupid general is riding straight into us. The engineers are hitting hard on this side, but they're gonna be outperformed any second now, and I'm gonna be able to push forward. The Americans are very slow in their advance here, and for some reason they took no precaution against my flanking force. We are gonna move out heavy and strike them. They're bringing a lot more troops to attack this side now. Let's break the square and form line. And then I want you on this ridge right here. And then move in over here. It seems like they're focusing around this area, so we need the general over here. And as that is happening, I want more units to close in on this area. Drop the square and move forward. Charge, and then move this unit forward over here. Let's have you move back, not to take the charge of the enemy. Quickly. The Americans are firing heavy now towards the center. We've got canister going in the flank here. Missing most of my units though. Charge those guys down. Let's shoot down this general and then support the center. Once that Montgomery Guard is gone, which I'm hoping is going to be soon, go ahead and shoot these guys. Rally.
Their general has fallen.
Nice. Yeah, the center is weak, but my flanks are strong. You know what? Charge here. and then we'll gain ground for these troops. The Montgomery Guard should be broken here soon enough. I'm gonna pull my troops out, make it easy for the other 2 units to fire at them. Looks like the charge didn't go too well. However, we are backing it up with 2 units coming in close to support. We charge the cannons. We need to gain more ground over here. These units need to turn up. Yeah, this charge didn't work at all. Pull back. Montgomery Guards is gone. To the front.
Their general has fallen.
And now I've almost enveloped the enemy. And just as that is happening, another enemy general has fallen. There's a few units still standing. Mostly, I imagine this is Montgomery Guards. However, at this point, we're focusing so much fire on the American units that are left that I highly doubt they're going to be standing for too long. Keep up the fire, lads. We'll soon to be breaking the remainder of these American units. And none will get out of this trap, which we've now set on them. And there we can see a circle. We still have an opening, so they do have a possibility of retreating.
Sir, I fear your general is in mortal peril,
I'm
sir.
surprised they're holding, given how many volleys are being thrown at them. But then again, I guess we're not that accurate. It's only these 2 units left. We've got some artillery shots landing. Oh, that doesn't really reach. There we go. Victory. And now the Americans retreat. The faction leader probably fell, and all his stupid generals fell with him. And we have dealt a stinging defeat to the American Empire. They might have trashed us in that huge battle we had, but we are slowly turning it around. And with the loss of that faction leader and all his general staff in that battle, in this battle, it's going to definitely put quite a dent in America's imperial ambitions. Here's the results of the battle. We still lost a lot, but then again, the American force was comprised by a lot of Montgomery Guard units. And these are, of course, my lowest tier infantry that I can have. We lost 1,500 men out of an army of 3,600 and 3,700 to be more or closer to the actual number. So, little less than half, while the Americans deployed 2,500 and lost 2,300, leaving 265 men left. Highest killers goes to infantry, because the Cossacks weren't really there to ride anyone down, so they didn't do much. Howitzers and guns killed very little. I thought the howitzer would do good, but it's only killed 13. Same with the 2 cannons, killing 20 and 36. And the Cossacks only killing 36. Unfortunately, didn't capture those mortars, which I'd hoped to capture, but I imagine that there will be no American army left. There actually was, and I will pursue them to destruction. It's a Montgomery Guard unit, and I definitely don't want to see any of those. Now I'm dangerously close to the unknown there, but I hope that the Americans will stay away at this point. So, now I cannot see any American armies on the map, which is great! And their capital is out here in Shimoda. So we're not that far away, and the Americans have lost tons of territory. I want to look into, though, Where do the British start, and can I start them as a faction again? And same for the French. But, with all of that said, I'll say as I always say, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.
Your men have killed their general, sir! Your general is under attack!